Let's be honest, chicken is America's sweetheart at the dinner table. We grill it, roast it, shred it into tacos, and toss it into pasta. It's the healthy choice, right? Lean, packed with protein, and not nearly as guilty as a burger dripping with cheese. But here's the thing, the chicken on your plate today is not the same bird your grandparents enjoyed on Sunday. Over the past 50 years, the chicken industry has transformed completely. We've gone from small family farms where birds pecked in the yard to massive indoor facilities housing tens of thousands of animals. This has made chicken more affordable, more convenient, and available year-round. But it's also changed the bird itself, its growth, its nutrition, and even its risks. In the 1950s, a chicken needed about 3 months to reach market size. Today, barely 6 or 7 weeks. That's like raising a toddler to full adult height before their first birthday. It's not hormones, those are banned in U.S. poultry, but decades of selective breeding, calorie-dense feed, and climate-controlled barns. The result? Birds that grow so fast their legs sometimes can't hold them, hearts that strain to keep up, and immune systems that aren't as strong as nature intended. And yes, this affects you too. The fat composition in modern chicken has shifted toward more omega-6 fatty acids and fewer omega-3s. When your diet leans heavily toward omega-6, inflammation can quietly build up in your body over time, the kind that increases your risk for heart disease, joint pain, and other chronic issues. Now let's talk about the not-so-secret ingredient, antibiotics. Imagine thousands of birds in one barn. If one catches a cold, well, chickens don't exactly stay home from work. Illness spreads fast. To keep infections down and growth up, antibiotics have been used for decades, sometimes to treat disease, but often just to prevent it. The problem? Over time, bacteria get smart. They adapt, and suddenly, some of them don't care if you throw antibiotics at them. They survive anyway. These superbugs can end up in our environment and eventually in us. That's how antibiotic resistance develops. When it's your turn to need antibiotics, they might not work as well. This is why labels like "raised without antibiotics" aren't just marketing decoration. They're worth considering. Every time you choose one, you support farms that take a different approach. Chicken packages often brag "no hormones added" in big, bold letters. That's true, hormones are illegal in poultry farming, but it's also a bit of a marketing trick. Why? Because these birds are already bred to grow so fast, they don't need hormones. Their genetics and feed do the job. Think of it like giving a professional athlete a personal chef, a private gym, and perfect training conditions. They'll build muscle fast without any banned substances. That's industrial chicken. It's impressive, but it also pushes the bird's biology to its limits. Here's a fun fact. Well, not so fun. Raw chicken is one of the top carriers of bacteria like Salmonella and Campylobacter. These guys can cause nasty food poisoning, fever, cramps, diarrhea, the kind of illness that keeps you very close to the bathroom for days. In massive processing plants, thousands of carcasses pass along production lines every hour. If one bird is contaminated, bacteria can spread to others quickly through equipment or water. That's why cooking chicken to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius, isn't a suggestion. It's mandatory for safety. And please forget about rinsing raw chicken in your sink. All you're doing is giving your counters and nearby vegetables a nice invisible spray of germs. Older generations sometimes say chicken doesn't taste like it used to. They're not imagining it. A bird that grows in 7 weeks, eats the same feed every day, and never scratches around for bugs or grass, simply develops different flavor. Pasture-raised or heritage breed chickens tend to have firmer meat and a richer, almost chicken-iron taste. Industrial chicken is often softer, sometimes even spongy, because rapid growth changes muscle structure. It's not dangerous, but it's part of why many chefs seek out slower-grown birds for better texture and flavor. Yes, chicken is still a lean protein powerhouse. It gives you B vitamins, selenium, phosphorus, and all the amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow. But industrial chicken has its downsides: fewer omega-3s, more omega-6s, and in some cases, lower micronutrient levels compared to pasture-raised. The fix? Balance. If chicken is your go-to protein most days, add variety. Try fish a couple of times a week. Add plant-based proteins like beans or lentils, or buy pasture-raised chicken when possible. You'll get a broader nutrient profile and reduce the inflammatory load on your body. The poultry industry spends millions every year making sure you see chicken as the healthiest, safest meat. Lean protein is their favorite phrase, and it's true, but it's not the whole truth. Rarely do those ads mention antibiotic resistance, bacteria risks, or the environmental cost. They also use label tricks. Cage-free sounds nice, but all meat chickens are cage-free. That term really applies to eggs. Free range can mean as little as a tiny outdoor area the birds may never actually use. And all natural? It means next to nothing legally. Raising billions of chickens takes feed, mountains of corn and soy. That means more farmland, more pesticides, more fertilizer. Chicken manure, while natural, can become a pollutant in huge quantities, running into rivers and causing algae blooms that suffocate fish and other aquatic life. It's not the worst offender compared to beef, but industrial poultry still has a significant footprint. Supporting farms that use organic feed, rotate pastures, or raise fewer birds in better conditions can help reduce the environmental toll. Here's a piece of the puzzle people rarely connect. Eating large amounts of industrial chicken, with its higher omega-6 ratio, can contribute to low-grade inflammation over time. Inflammation is linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even some cancers. This doesn't mean chicken is bad. It means if you eat it every day, especially fried or processed into nuggets, you may be stacking the odds against yourself. Switching just some of your chicken meals to fish, legumes, or pasture-raised poultry can tip the balance back in your favor. Once chicken lands in your kitchen, the safety is entirely in your hands. It doesn't matter whether it came from a small local farm or the biggest industrial producer. Bacteria don't care about the brand on the label. That's why good habits in the kitchen are your last and most reliable line of defense. Start before you even open the package. Store chicken in the coldest part of your fridge, ideally on the bottom shelf, so juices can't drip onto other foods. If you're not cooking it within a day or two, freeze it. When thawing, always use the refrigerator or a sealed bag submerged in cold water. Never leave it out on the counter, where bacteria multiply quickly. When it's time to prep, treat raw chicken like it's carrying invisible glitter, because once it touches something, it's sticking there until you clean it properly. Use a separate cutting board for raw meat, and keep knives, tongs, and plates for raw and cooked chicken separate. Wash your hands thoroughly before and after handling it, using warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds. Cooking is your final kill step. Use a meat thermometer and aim for 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius in the thickest part. Don't just trust your eyes. Pink juices aren't always a reliable guide, and overcooking just to be safe can leave you with dry, unappetizing meat. When you get the temperature right, you keep both safety and taste intact. And once the meal's over, refrigerate leftovers within 2 hours, even sooner in hot weather, and consume them within 3 to 4 days. Don't rely on the smell test. Some harmful bacteria don't make food smell bad at all. If you're freezing leftovers, label them so you know exactly when they went in. These steps may sound obvious, but they're the simplest, most effective way to make sure your chicken dinners are memorable for the right reasons. Safe handling doesn't just protect you and your family. It also means you can keep enjoying chicken with confidence, no matter where it came from. I'm not here to tell you to quit chicken. I eat it myself, and yes, I enjoy it. But I want you to see the full picture behind what's on your plate. The farming methods, the processing, the nutrition changes, and the potential risks. When you know all that, you're not just another consumer grabbing whatever is cheapest or most convenient. You're someone making a conscious choice. The truth is, food isn't just about calories and protein. It's about how that food was raised, what it was fed, how it affects your body, and even how it shapes the world around you. Every time you buy a pack of chicken, you're also casting a small vote for a certain type of farming. Cheap, fast, and industrial? Or slower, healthier, and more respectful to the animal and the environment? There's no perfect choice, and not everyone can afford to go organic or pasture-raised all the time. And that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Maybe for you, progress looks like buying better chicken once a week, or swapping a couple of chicken dinners for fish, beans, or eggs from pasture-raised hens. Maybe it's just cooking your chicken more carefully, making sure no bacteria survive to ruin your week. Or maybe it's trying a local farmer's market for the first time and realizing the flavor really is different. The point is, you have more control than you think. Industrial chicken is everywhere, but that doesn't mean you have to accept it blindly. You can choose when to say yes and when to look for something better. And the more of us who start making those little shifts, the more the industry has to pay attention. So keep enjoying your favorite chicken recipes. Just do it with your eyes open and your health in mind. Take small steps toward better sourcing, better cooking habits, and a better balance in your diet. Over time, those steps add up, and you'll be feeding not just your body, but your long-term health, your family's well-being, and even the planet. Because at the end of the day, food should nourish you in every sense of the word. And when you combine knowledge with action, you can still have your chicken and eat it too.